Yeah, we can do.
Welcome to the KTA board meeting. We do have a quorum today, yay, so we can do approval of the minutes from last month. Have a motion? Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Opposed? Minutes approved. I do not have a report. I was missing last month. So, any commissioner reports, comments, announcements?
Come to the Cat Bar Crawl tonight as part of Yes Knoxville, my nonprofit. Hopefully you can all make it. We're going to be stopping at 3 local bars, starting at the main station, riding to Last Days of Autumn, and then Orange Hat, and then stopping at the end at Knox Brew Hub. Going to have some different conversations about frequency in transit and why it matters. And two of the things that I'm excited about is at Orange Hat, we're going to have a little engagement where I'm going to pass out like system maps and have people draw kind of their idea of how to make the system more of a web, like to create new routes, how they would envision that. And then at Knox Brew Hub, we're going to have people just envision their own artistic bus shelters to see how they would design those. So should be fun. Kind of terrified we might have too many people to fit on one bus, but you know that's why we have multiple buses. So there you go.
We have buses.
Exactly.
Exactly. Thank you. Any more commissioner comments?
I just wanted to say that since joining this commission, I have made several efforts to ride the bus, and I've had wonderful experience. I wanted you all to know that. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you for the good comment. Staff reports. Director Thorne.
Yep, I just have two things to mention. We did see a slight decrease in ridership last month, a little out of the norm for the last 24 months, but did have a slight decrease. We're still at 85.4% for on-time performance. Again, that's a significant improvement, about 10% before CAT Reimagined. I do think for this year, we probably will end up above 2024 ridership with next month's reporting. So that's all I have.
Any idea why ridership was down last month?
Yeah, I have not dug into that with planning yet. I know we had a lot of rainy days. I don't know if there's any other thoughts that you guys have, but it was very odd that we saw about a 3% decrease in ridership, especially when we've seen every single month for 2 years now an increase. So, yeah, we're going to dig into that and have more information at the next meeting.
Does rain normally affect ridership? Does rain normally affect?
Yeah, weather.
I wouldn't get out in it if I didn't have to.
Weather can definitely affect. I mean, if you're planning a trip, you may say, look, I'm going to do that tomorrow if I can.
Wait till the sun shines?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask, do you know if there's ever any evidence of an increase in ridership during like heat wave events, people getting on the bus to escape the heat to just ride it out and with the air conditioning?
Happens a lot. Yeah.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah.
Cooling center, a mobile cooling
It's
center.
a mobile cooling center.
Exactly. I like it.
The nice thing is too, just to add to that though too, is we have Knoxville stations, so people can come in from the heat in an air-conditioned building. So there's that as well.
You got anything, Mr. Burton?
I don't have a report this month. Thank you.
Nothing? No surveys, nothing?
We will. The survey's taking a break during the summer. I think
Oh.
across the state, they've got about 50% of what they need, so there will be a renewed effort in the fall. So
Oh, gotcha.
Maybe you'll
I
get
may
one
get
then.
one yet. You never know.
I do have one more item I do want to mention. I apologize for getting it, but next month the board will have 2 route changes that will require a public hearing that they will be voting on.
Gotcha.
We'll have a full presentation for that with everything, Title VI.
Next month.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And those routes are
The
the
Route
downtown connector?
Yes, and the 16.
16.
Hey, just to clarify, you will be presenting the request for the change, and then a public hearing will be issued for the following meeting?
So we've already talked about those changes.
Okay.
And so for the next meeting, we talked about them last month with the board. We're doing a public hearing next month.
Okay.
Yep.
So we need to go ahead and get that notice
Yes.
published? All right.
Any new business?
I wanted to bring up since you weren't here, Debbie, last month, you haven't heard of this yet, but I've talked to John and Isaac. And so if John and Isaac, if you want to remind me about the working group thing that we talked about, how that would work. One of the things that I'm interested in is, like all of us, obviously, like looking at ways to, brainstorm and improve the transit system. And so I am personally very interested in seeing if there is any potential in the future, whether it's 5 years, 10 years, 2 years, of doing what Nashville did and having like a transit referendum. So basically, like say there's a half a penny tax and it all goes to transit, and it's on businesses in the corridors, and it helps us build shelters and buy more buses and stuff. And I just remember you, John and Isaac, saying that basically it would just be setting up a working group, but that the chair would have to do it. Can you all remind me what the official procedure for that stuff is and how we would go about that? And does the working group need to be something very specific, or is it just a general like KTA working group on brainstorming transit ideas?
So what we have generally done as a KTA on those single purpose, single topic discussions is set up a subcommittee. Can be anywhere, typically 3 to 4 members. It will meet separately and under Open Meetings Act. All the same requirements apply. That group would then report back from time to time to the larger KTA. So if there's a desire to do that at the appropriate time, the chair would need to set up a subcommittee. Would not require a motion. The chair can just do that on her own.
Okay, well then I would just like to express that my desire would be to set one of those up, and so just keep that in the back of your mind, and then maybe at the next meeting, if other people are interested, we can discuss it and potentially set it up, and not offended if you're not, but I just think it would be a good thing for us to have, to just continue to have more discussions and get to talk more about ways to make transit better, more than just once a month. So that's my 2 cents.
Thank you very much. Anything else under new business? Old business? We didn't have any old business.
No, there's no old business.
Public comments, no old business, public comments, but there's nobody here, so apparently whoever signed up did not show up, so. Next meeting, July 24th, and I guess a motion to adjourn. Do it.
You're also all free to bring me cake. That is my 35th birthday, our next meeting, so.
Well, exactly.